Cornelius Vanderbilt has been described as many things: an illiterate brute, a ruthless tyrant, a short-tempered bully feared by almost everyone who crossed his path. And yet, he was also one of the wealthiest men who ever lived. In fact, when Vanderbilt died, his fortune was reportedly larger than the entire U.S. Treasury at the time. Before Rockefeller, before Carnegie, before Henry Ford, there was Cornelius Vanderbilt, the original robber baron, a man who rose from nothing, used relentless aggression as his weapon, and reshaped how an entire nation moved people, goods, and money. This is the story of how a poor ferry boy became the most powerful transportation tycoon in American history. From nothing, the ferry boy. Music shifts. Cornelius Vanderbilt was born into poverty. His ancestors came to America as servants, and wealth was never part of the family legacy. At just 11 years old, Cornelius dropped out of school. Formal education was over, permanently. Instead, he went to work on his father's small ferry in New York Harbor, hauling people and goods across the water. It was hard labor, long hours, little pay, but Cornelius learned everything there was to know about transportation. And by his mid-teens, he made a bold decision. He wanted his own boat. The $100 bet that changed everything. Cornelius's mother was a farmer. She didn't have much, but she had saved $100, enough for a small sailboat. She agreed to loan it to him on one condition: he had to clear a massive rock-filled field so she could farm it. The task was brutal. The field was packed with stones. Doing it alone would take months. So Cornelius did something clever. He recruited local kids, promising them free boat rides once his business launched. Together, they cleared the field. At 16 years old, Cornelius Vanderbilt bought his first boat. Cornelius began ferrying passengers and freight between Staten Island and Manhattan. The harbor was crowded with competitors, so Vanderbilt used a simple but devastating strategy. He charged less than everyone else. Cheaper fares, reliable service, relentless work ethic. Customers flooded in. And here's the key: instead of enjoying the profits, Vanderbilt reinvested every single dollar back into the business. One boat became two became five became a fleet. It's the same playbook used centuries later by companies like Amazon: live cheaply, reinvest aggressively, grow faster than everyone else. Soon, Cornelius earned a nickname that would stick for life: the Commodore. During the War of 1812, Vanderbilt secured a government contract transporting soldiers. The money poured in. By age 19, he was already wealthy, and already feared. Around this time, he married his cousin Sophia and eventually had 13 children. But Vanderbilt was a terrible family man. He neglected his wife and children, had his wife briefly committed to an asylum, later committed one of his sons for having epileptic seizures, something Vanderbilt saw as weakness. Business always came first. Always. By the late 1820s, Vanderbilt saw the future: steamboats. They were faster, more efficient, and far superior to sailboats. Once again, he went all in. He bought steamboats and unleashed his favorite tactic: undercut competitors, offer free trips, bleed rivals dry. Vanderbilt didn't care if he lost money in the short term. His logic was brutal and effective. As long as I have more cash than you, I win. Competitors went bankrupt. Some sold him their businesses at fire sale prices. Others paid him massive sums just to leave their routes alone. One association paid Vanderbilt $100,000 simply to stop operating on the Hudson River. It was cheaper to pay him than fight him. The Gold Rush Masterstroke. In 1849, Vanderbilt spotted his next gold mine, the California Gold Rush. Hundreds of thousands of people were rushing west. There were no railroads yet. Whoever controlled transportation would get rich. Vanderbilt launched shipping routes to California. But with a twist. While competitors used Panama, Vanderbilt discovered a shorter route through Nicaragua, shaving hundreds of miles off the journey. He secured exclusive rights from the Nicaraguan government: faster trips, cheaper fares, total dominance. Once again, Vanderbilt wasn't digging for gold. He was selling the shovels. In 1853, nearing 60, Vanderbilt did something rare. He took a vacation. While touring Europe on a massive yacht, his trusted partners, Morgan and Garrison, betrayed him. They cut a deal with Nicaragua's new ruler, William Walker, stealing Vanderbilt's exclusive rights. Vanderbilt's response was legendary. He sent them a letter: "Gentlemen, you have undertaken to cheat me. I won't sue you. The law is too slow. I'll ruin you. Cornelius Vanderbilt." And he meant it. He undercut their prices, blockaded Nicaragua, helped destabilize Walker's government. Eventually Walker was overthrown. Vanderbilt had destroyed everyone who crossed him. Most men would retire at 60. Vanderbilt was just getting started. He sold off his ships and turned to the future, railroads. At the time, rail lines were fragmented and inefficient. Vanderbilt consolidated them. He connected regions, built massive networks, created the largest railroad empire in the world. Transportation, once again, was under his control. In his later years, Vanderbilt donated to causes like Vanderbilt University, making one of the largest charitable gifts in American history. But his personality never softened. When reporters gathered outside his home during his illness, he had to be physically restrained from attacking them. In 1877, Cornelius Vanderbilt died at age 82. His fortune, $100 million at the time, over $200 billion today. Nearly 1.9% of all U.S. currency was tied to him. Yet he lived modestly. Almost all his wealth went to one son, the only one he believed was strong enough to deserve it. The original robber baron Cornelius Vanderbilt was ruthless, cruel, obsessed, but he transformed America. From sailboats to steamboats to railroads, he connected the nation, lowered costs, and built the infrastructure that powered modern capitalism. And it all started with a $100 loan and a rocky field. If you think Vanderbilt was wealthy, wait until you see the man who surpassed even him. Click the next video. Trust me, it's a wild ride.